Before we talk about iWeb, let's demystify the concept of HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and ultimately is a text file. What I have here is the Apple website on Safari. If we take a look at what it's called the source under the View pull-down menu, View Source, you're actually going to get all of the text that describes this page. And that's exactly what HTML is all about. It's text that tells the browser how to render and how to organize the visual elements. So for the most part, Hypertext Markup Language, it's a description of what the page should look like. Now, the nice thing about iWeb is that all this gibberish that you see here, you don't have to worry about it. iWeb will create it for you. So let me close this window and give you a very brief and quick introduction on how the markup language works. I'm going to open up an empty page in a text editor. In this case, I'm using Text Wrangler, which is a really nice free text editor. And I'm going to start off by typing my HTML. HTML, being a markup language, means that you create tags, then you close the tags, and everything in between gets marked up with whatever that tag means. So in the case of HTML, anything in between these two HTML tags is going to become the page that gets displayed by the web browser. For the most part, HTML sites are broken down into two major elements. One of them is the head. So I'll open up a head tag and then I'll close it right away. And the way you close a tag is by putting this slash. And then the other major element of a page is the actual body. Now, if we save this text document with an HTML extension, let me just save it to my desktop inside my iWeb files. And I'm going to call it index.html. As soon as I give it a .html extension, Text Wrangler colors the code accordingly. Now, let me go back to the Finder. I need to make a little bit of room here to get to my page. So this is the page that I just saved, and I'm going to drag and drop it into the web browser. Well, we don't see anything here. It's just a blank page. But the important thing is that the web browser is actually rendering that blank page. So let me go back to my HTML and add a couple of other things in here to show you how they work. The first thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a title and close that tag. Save the document. Go back to the web browser and refresh. We don't see anything here in the body, but the title shows up at the top part of the web browser window. Let me do further editing in here. I'm going to add some text to my body, but I want it centered on the page. So anything that I put in between these two center tags, it's going to show up in the middle of the page. Let me save the page, refresh, and as you can see, that text shows up in here now. A few more modifications. In this case, I'm going to insert a graphic here. It's a photo of Ali. So it's an image. I need a source. And the source is the name of the document that I want to show in here, which is the photo. I don't know if you noted. Let me just move my windows around. Over here, I've got a photo of Ali. So that's what he looks like. So I'm going to copy that name, the whole thing with extension, copy. Then bring it back to my HTML that I'm typing. And my image source is going to be that JPEG file within brackets. Just close the tag. File save. Let me go back to the web browser and refresh. So as you can see, now we have the text and Ali's photo. Just a little tiny bit more editing and I'm done with this page. ultimately what I'm trying to do here is I'm changing the font style to use a very specific font with a specific size, and then I'm adding 2 break lines so that my text is not to the side of the photo. So let me just save this document here, file save, and refresh. And as you can see, I'm controlling the way the text and the way that the page looks based on the description that the HTML provides. So that's what HTML is for you.